I'm Dennis Vander. I was born by Hartley, Iowa, in a farmhouse. Went to a one-room country school, went on to high school at Western Christian, and then from there went to Dordt College for my undergraduate degree in secondary education, biology, English, and physical education. Took my first teaching position in Sioux Falls at Calvin Christian School, so I needed to return for another undergraduate degree to Sioux Falls College at that time. Went on for a master's at Augustana College, and then after being hired at Dordt, went on to get my doctorate at the University of South Dakota. When I became the primary decision maker in the classroom, I fell in love with teaching and with schooling, and I knew that that was my calling. So I taught elementary school most of my career, mostly middle-level grades, middle school grades. 7 years in Sioux Falls, 12 years in Orange City Christian School, and then 5 years in northern Michigan. Some of our kids were still back in northwest Iowa when we were in Michigan, and they were getting grandkids. And when a position came open at Dordt College, I applied for it and was hired to be a professor at Dordt.
The first time we met was at a grandparents' day when I was principal in Sioux Falls, and he was a grandparent of a child at the school I was at.
So he was already teaching at Orange City Christian in Orange City, and I started there in the fall of 1982.
Dennis is a very, very kind Christian man. I've enjoyed working with him.
For many years, Dennis has been our chair of the department, so our leader.
He does so much work behind the scenes that people don't know about. 2 years ago, our department was reviewed by the state of Iowa Department of Education, and we came through with flying colors. They left early because basically everything was in such good shape.
Every 5 years, the state of Iowa comes to accredit our program to give us permission to recommend our students for teaching licensure. The last visit was in 2011, and they approved our program with no concerns. That is probably the highlight of my career at Dordt. It may not sound like much, but the accreditation of our peers, the recognition that our program is an exemplary program is really meaningful to me.
He's just really taken us from a point where we had quite a few things to fix to this position now where we really sailed through the accreditation visit.
One of the unique things about Dennis is oftentimes as one professor takes more of an administrative role, they don't teach as much. But you could never keep Dennis out of the classroom. Every semester he had a class, and his teaching evaluations were always among the top. He's a passionate teacher, and he wants to role model that for teachers that'll go out into classrooms and inspire the next generation. It's admirable, and Dennis has done it very well.
It has been a good deal of professional growth for me to work with him, to see the way he interacts with students, to see the way that he always teaches from the perspective of the truth of Scripture.
Dennis has a huge heart, and he understands the life, I think, of a middle school student in the sense that there's a lot of identity searching, there's a lot of unpredictable kinds of behavior, and I think that he likes that about middle school. I think he really relates well to students who are searching for their identity, who they want to be, both in the middle school setting, but also in the undergraduate setting. He has a huge heart for the students that we get to interact with each day.
He's a good source of knowledge for students and others to go to. When he leaves, we keep talking about, you know, he's got so much up here that the rest of us don't have. So it's going to be hard to find somebody to replace him.
My favorite part of teaching at Dordt are the students that Dordt attracts. They're top-notch. I know Dordt has had a strong effect on my life. It reinforced or strengthened my Christian perspective that was was given to me by my parents and by the church that I attended when I was a kid. But I mostly appreciate Dordt for giving me a place to carry out my calling to teach and to help students in the elementary, middle schools, and high schools to learn.
As a person who cares deeply, who cares individually about each teacher education graduate, Dennis has a compassion for each and every student's story, and for each and every student that those people will teach. He really loves education, and that love shows through in the way he teaches and the way he cares for each student. So on behalf of the faculty, the board, and the administrators of Dordt College, Dennis, we wish you all the best in your retirement. And we thank you for serving the Lord by serving here with us at Dordt College.
Dordt has provided me a place to carry out my calling to teach. We never have enough good teachers, and Dordt trains good teachers. And just to get to know them is something I'll always treasure.
Dennis is, as I said, he's kind of our anchor, but we often refer to him as Grandpa, and that would be our Dennis. So.